The RECO Information Guide is an integral part of the new legislation entitled TRESA, which stands for Trust in Real Estate Services. It's an extensive guide. Before TRESA, we were under the Real Estate and Business Brokers Act, and the working with a realtor was just a simple single or double two-page pamphlet. This RECO Information Guide expands on that. It's a 13-page document. In this episode of helping you build wealth through real estate, brick by brick, I'm going to go through the salient features of the RECO Information Guide to provide you with a deeper understanding of what the guide contains and the rights and obligations of those involved in a real estate transaction. My name is Nico James-Bock. I'm a broker in Keller in Toronto. Working with a real estate agent is the first part of the guide. It helps people understand that Ontario agents must be registered, insured, and educated. Agents provide advice, guidance, and market knowledge. For sellers, pricing strategy, marketing, vetting buyers, negotiating, and closing support. For buyers, it includes financing, pre-approvals, neighborhood insights, property searches, offer protection, and negotiation help. Client protections include loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, and conflict avoidance. I have an image of the first page of the RECO Information Guide, working with a real estate agent, things you need to know. One of the major sections of the guide involves the risks of representing yourself. There is no longer a designation entitled customer. Under TRESA, you are either a client of a brokerage or you represent yourself and are responsible for everything involved in the transaction, including who you contact with regards to preparing the offer and all of the associated forms. Self-representation means fewer protections and no agent advice. You must handle pricing, zoning checks, terms, negotiations, and all paperwork alone. The agent on the other side works only for their client's best interest. Anything you reveal, price limits, motivation, terms, must legally be shared with their client. You can change your mind and sign with a brokerage at any time. Signing with a brokerage involves signing a representation agreement. It is a binding contract for services. There are two models when it comes to signing with a brokerage under the new legislation. One is broker representation, which means the entire brokerage represents you. So you are the client of the entire brokerage and all of the agents involved. Then there's also designated representation, which identifies a specific agent that represents you as part of the brokerage. Agreements must outline services, payment, rights and responsibility, expiry date, and termination provisions. Fees are negotiable. They can be fixed, a percentage, or hybrid. The key clauses include the scope of services that the agent and or brokerage will provide, multiple representation, which I will get into in a moment, termination of the agreement, an expiry date must be present, and holdover periods. These are fundamental parts of any agreement that you sign with a brokerage. With regards to multiple representation means the same brokerage agent represents both buyer and seller or competing buyers. Not allowed without informed written consent from all parties. So multiple representation has to be agreed to by all parties. Reduces loyalty and advice because agents must remain impartial. Sellers control how much offer information is shared. Buyers decide if they'll participate in open bidding. This is part of all transactions, not just those under multiple representation. The real estate guide, the RECO guide, also has a provision for contacting RECO for the resolution of complaints. The first course of action would be to contact the brokerage first and speak with the broker of record. If unresolved at the brokerage level, then the consumer is asked to file with RECO. RECO investigates and enforces the Trust in Real Estate Services Act 2002, the new legislation. That is basically the process. It is more involved and complicated than I highlighted here, but I wanted to give you the salient features of the RECO Information Guide. The RECO Information Guide has to be presented to the consumer at the first opportunity when there is an exchange of information between a realtor and a consumer. That wraps up another episode of helping you build wealth through real estate, brick by brick. Remember, information is power, especially when it comes to your financial future in real estate. The RECO Information Guide is an integral part of the new legislation called TRESA, which stands for Trust in Real Estate Services. It provides greater transparency and a deeper understanding of the rights and obligations of all parties involved in a real estate transaction. Now, if you found this information useful, then like this episode and or leave a comment. Have you seen the RECO Information Guide from your realtor? Was it explained to you? These are all important considerations when entering into any kind of a service agreement with a real estate agent. You can also leave a comment, and I encourage you to please share this episode with anyone who may find the content useful. Once again, my name is Nico James-Bock, a broker and the CondoWiz, founder of the CondoWiz Group at Keller Williams Co-Elevation Realty in Toronto. Ciao, ciao.